sister, my spouse. I've gathered my myrrh with my spice. I've eaten my honeycomb with my honey. I've drunk my wine with my milk. Drink, ye eat, O friends. Drink, yea, drink abundantly, O beloved. I sleep, she said, but my heart waketh. It is the voice, notice this, not knuckles on the door. It is the voice of my beloved that knocketh, saying, open to me, my sister, my love, my dove, my undefiled. My head is filled with dew, and my locks with the drops of the night. I have put off my coat, how shall I put it on? I have washed my feet, how shall I defile them? My beloved put in his hand by the hole of the door. My bowels were moved for him. I rose up to open to my beloved. My hands dropped with myrrh, my fingers with sweet-smelling myrrh upon the handles of the lock. I opened to my beloved, listen to her, the church, the bride. I opened to my beloved, but my beloved had withdrawn himself and was gone. My soul fell when he spake. I sought him, but I couldn't find him. Called him, he gave me no answer. The watchmen that went about the city found me, smote me, wounded me. The keepers of the walls took away my veil from me. I charge you, it's urgent, O daughters of Jerusalem. If you find my beloved, tell him I'm sick of love. Sick of love. I'll explain it in a minute. Verse 9, daughters of Jerusalem. We leave the bridegroom and bride. We go to the worldly, carnal girlfriend she'd been running with a little too much. They ask her the question of the entire Bible. What is thy beloved more than another beloved, O thou fairest among women? What is thy beloved more than another beloved, that thou dost so charge us? In Missouri language, what's so great about him? How come you act like this? We've never seen anybody go after a man like the bride's supposed to be going after her. What are you upset about? She said, my beloved is white and ruddy. He's the chiefest among 10,000. His head is as the most fine gold. His locks are bushy and black as a raven. His eyes are as the eyes of doves by the rivers of water, washed with milk and fitly set. His cheeks are as a bed of spices, the sweet flowers. His lips are like lilies, dropping sweet-smelling myrrh. His hands are as gold rings set with a beryl. His belly is as bright ivory, overlaid with sapphires. His legs are as pillars of marble, set upon the sockets of fine gold. His countenance is as Lebanon, excellent as the cedars. His mouth is most sweet, yea, he is altogether lovely. This is my beloved, my lover, and this is also my friend, O daughters of Jerusalem. This is my lover, the one I'm intimate with, and this is also my friend, O daughters of Jerusalem. Close your Bible, lay it beside you, and focus. And I want you to listen to this today. I'm talking about the subject, the voice at the door. One of the key messages of the hour, I feel right now, preaching to the churches in the United States, is staying sensitive to the voice that knocks at the door. Now we've got a bridegroom and we've got a bride. There's another object in the Song of Solomon. I don't want to get ahead of myself, but I'm going to be coming to it in just a minute. It's that Song of Solomon door. Nobody ever talks about the separating factor. Nobody ever talks about the door that separated the bridegroom and the bride, because I don't care how much you love or lust after anyone. You cannot love them through a door. The door separates. A wooden slatted 2 to 3-inch door. You can walk to the door. You can talk to the door hoping they hear you. You can maybe get a response hearing it through the door, a diluted down sound, but you can't touch them through the door.